Good evening and welcome to Corporate News. I'm here with Lauren, our fabulous GM. Other fabulous GM.
Yeah, well, you're one of them.
A fabulous GM.
I clearly did not mess up horribly last time.
Hey, you know what? You clearly did not. That is true. I need to mute that because I don't want to hear myself talk.
Oh, I've learned that on my streams, and the first two that I did definitely had that coming through. So there was this echo, and I was like, why is everything echoing?
Why do I hear myself from 15 seconds in the past? Yeah, that's why. That is why.
And I have learned that. Didn't do it this time.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Only took me 4 tries.
So welcome. Hi, guys. How are you all? Hi. See, Emily says hi. Emily
Hi.
says hi. A whole bunch of Lauren Legionnaires. I like it.
Pretty great.
Pinwielders. That's awesome.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So Lauren here has started broadcasting herself, which is awesome.
Welcome so it means you can see me 3 times a week on the internet rather than once.
So twice a week on your own channel.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like doing the math real quick. Like, all right.
I guess sometimes I'm also here more when they let me drink alcohol and answer trivia questions.
That is true. That is true.
Great. Speaking of, Cheryl's going to be doing that tomorrow night.
Excellent. Very cool.
Mainframe answering Pokemon questions.
I was going to say, because it's Pokemon this week. Pokemon. Yeah. That's very cool. I call that Friday, drinking and answering trivia questions.
Dude,
but
I just like to imagine it's just you sitting on your phone being like, yeah, no, I know that answer.
Right, yeah. Dark Twilight, thank you for resubscribing. Unfortunately, our notifications on the little tablet here do not seem to be working. The tablet has gone blank, but that's okay.
Disappointing.
So we'll hear some of the stuff, but we won't really be able to read it. But we're here actually to recap what happened in I think briefly the last run, and then specifically last week.
Yes. So the runners, Mfek, as they are fondly named by you guys. Definitely blame chat for that one.
I thought that was Claudia.
Claudia said it, and then chat made it real.
I wouldn't blame this one on chat. I would just say that was kind of a
Claudia. Okay,
yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, that's kind of a difficult one. I'm pretty sure that would have been the group's name even if it wasn't broadcast to the internet. I don't think you can blame the internet on that one. I think it's just...
I do enjoy that they had like this whole brainstorming thread of like different names for the group, and then that happened, and we were like, what's out of our hands now? Anyway,
how long? Because
how long a thread? There was probably like 10 or so different names that people were throwing on. Like, we clearly need a name, and I'm like, I mean, I have no stake in
hours spent.
Well, we have a Slack, so it's like, I guess you could accumulate the time, but it's, like one person inputting here and there. So it's not like a conversation.
This is a good opportunity to give a little bit of insight into how things work a little bit behind the scenes.
We use Slack because we probably have 10 different channels on our Slack that talk about different things depending on what it is that we need to figure out.
And Slack is kind of like Discord, but without the voice channels.
Without the voice, and so it's like some of the things it does better is it puts the individual conversations in more easily, so I can have like one-on-one conversations with each different person. So like sometimes I'll set up, like I had a whole series of conversations with Mainframe the one time she was not going to be there for 2 weeks, and what was that going to look like. So it's really useful for us as a group of people who have lives that are disparate and a complicated system that we have to figure out how to use.
Yeah. It's your Discord, basically.
But it works
if Discord
really well.
were focused entirely on text, that's Slack.
Yeah, and we found that after we had too many email threads that were unwieldy and like Facebook conversations, and it was like, we need something that's efficient. So I can recommend it to anyone who is trying to run a
manage projects.
Yeah, like management. But like if you're running a group of runners or like a D&D group or a Shadowrun group or a tabletop RPG, that was the overarching term I was looking for.
Yeah.
It escaped my brain. It's a very useful tool to have a lot of conversations with people with different topics.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. All right, so carry on with your recap.
So the recap. So they were hired originally by Horizon to investigate some technical difficulties that they were having in their new theme park, Sunset Island. And they eventually figured out, after nearly dying and a bunch of corp scouts being imperiled, that it was a technomancer that was angry. To be clear, it was a green-haired elven technomancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't pick that.
I know.
Okay, great. That was angry at Horizon because of that one time Horizon murdered a bunch of technomancers. Because there was a brief period of time where Horizon was controlled by a robot.
Entirely reasonable.
Yeah. They were controlled by a robot for a period of time, or like not an AI, but sort of an AI. It was very strange. I read a lot of the wiki. Anyway, so they figured out that it was the technomancer, and then they basically did a dungeon crawl, to put it technically. They went into the abandoned military installation that was under the ground.
The Underpark.
And they went through lots of just traps that were there that the technomancer had reactivated in order to defend themselves from intruders. Cromwell was briefly trapped behind a rock wall that had fallen because Elsie used a grenade launcher in a hallway. Things that Mfek have learned.
And because Tony couldn't be here that week.
Yes. So we orchestrated that, but he yes-anded it beautifully.
That was fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, so they went through the Underpark, and there was Giga Sharky. I hate Giga Sharky. Fuck Giga Sharky. I just said that a lot. And eventually they encountered the Technomancer, and there was some disagreement among Mfek about what to do with them. But Tomb of Horrors is definitely appropriate inspirational material, and I have played Tomb of Horrors, and I think my character died in the first hallway. Anyway, different thing for another time. And so they successfully brought the Technomancer back to Horizon, fulfilling the requirements of their mission. And now they're enjoying the park. Which may or may not feel like they may not enjoy it.
I can just picture Mfek sitting on a roller coaster going down a ride with these looks on their faces like, what horrors have happened here? Woo!
Yeah, there's just a bunch of Corp Scouts being really excited.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
After
last
having
week.
narrowly escaped all of their demises, the Corp Scouts are like, we're here. There's cotton candy.
Pretty much. If you give kids enough sugar, they'll forget most things.
Yeah. So, the something that very rarely happens, they completely succeeded at their mission. They saved the Corp Scouts. They captured the Technomancer intact, alive.
Yeah. And actually conscious.
I was going to say, and even conscious.
Yeah.
And got paid, even more than that, they got paid like what they were told they would get paid.
They did.
These are all unheard of things, not just for Mfek, but for Shadowrun in general. These are very strange things.
Known for like sticking to their deals if you do what they ask accurately. So there's different, like, that's been an interesting thing to play with, is depending on the corporation, like how much do they tell you and how much do they stick to what they agree to. Like when they did the run for Mitsuhama, they didn't have all of the information up front, and that's much more of like a Japan Corp thing of like, we'll only tell you everything that you need to know. So they like kind of might be in hot water with Mitsuhama because of that whole letting the dragon loose thing.
Oops.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oops. So now you and I met last week to talk about metagame stuff and to work together to revise the metagame. And I really just brought that up to tease everyone.
I'm so excited. It was a really fun conversation.
It really was.
I had a cookie.
We should have cookies and coffee and plot the destruction of massive organizations more often.
I like that idea. That sounds excellent.
I think it's a good plan. We should absolutely definitely do that. But I'm trying to think of what we might be able to tease a little bit more without giving away too much or overcommitting to anything. But I think,
well, hopefully today we'll kind of set, because we're not doing, for those of you probably aware, we're not doing a corp run today. Yeah. So it's going to be kind of involving some of the other world of Shadowrun, which I think is something we're hoping to expand, so it goes beyond just corporations and kind of delves into some of the nittier, grittier awfulness of the sixth world.
Yeah, and not even just, I feel like not even just the awfulness, like the few bright spots that are there as well, or at least bright spots for some people, maybe awfulness for another group.
You know, one person's awfulness is another person's wonder.
Yeah, one person's yuck yuck is another person's yum yum. KB Tibbs, thank you for resubscribing, very much appreciated. So, and then I think one of the things that we highlighted in that conversation was how much we both really wanted to facilitate the interaction of the game and the metagame.
Very much
and really bring that to the forefront of the metagame. And I think that we made some really solid progress with ideas on that. And I'm really looking forward to bringing them to everyone as soon as possible. We're just waiting on infrastructure and this darn Necropolis event to be over with.
Yeah, that thing. It's happening on Saturday.
That is a new subscriber.
Friend Computer welcomes a new thumper for science.
Conrath X, thank you very, very much for subscribing. We have to give them a position on the ship. Would you like to do this? Because you don't get
before.
to do this.
I have no idea what the other positions are.
They're really weird things, like
so
toothbrush cleaner in the left nacelle or something like that.
Left nacelle.
Yeah.
They can be.
I don't think we have nacelles. That's why it's really, really
What even
strange.
are nacelles? They can be the cable untangler. The head cable untangler.
Head cable
untangler in the efficiency department. There's only one person in the efficiency department.
And is cables another word for red tape? Are they the red tape untangler?
It's basically whatever someone's like, this is a knot.
Yeah.
Doing
perfect.
This for hours.
Yes.
Because we can't waste our cables. We have to untangle them.
The head cable untangler in the efficiency department. You are the head cable untangler in the efficiency department. I think this is a wonderful, wonderful plan.
It seems like a really useful position.
Well done. 3, Ral. 3. Ral really, really, really likes emotes. Gets a little carried away.
Okay.
A little carried away. But we appreciate the enthusiasm. So I know you have to go and get ready for the show.
Set up a board.
Do you have any teasers you can give us to?
I'm practicing saying the name Jugashvili a lot.
Jugashvili.
And if they remember way back when how hard that name was before, it didn't get any easier.
All right. Well, later. Good luck. Jugashvili. Oh my goodness. All right, so that was our recap with the wonderful Lauren, the GM of the Corporate Sins metagame that is coming forth after this very news show. It's going to be wonderful. So let's see. We have the corporate metagame. Corporate metagame, for those of you that are not aware and don't know what Lauren and I were just talking about, is our way of bringing interaction between you all and the world of Shadowrun Corporate Sins, our Shadowrun RPG show. We are constantly working on trying to evolve this, and the state that the game is now is very different from what it's going to be several weeks from now, and then several months down the line, it'll probably be very different again. We're constantly revising the system, constantly working to improve it, and hopefully we're doing a good job of that right now. So what I've got to show you now is the action point totals for each of the 10 different mega corporations this past week. We have Evo coming in once again in the lead with the maximum of 25 action points. Wuxing taking up the second place spot with 18 action points. And then we have a 4-way tie with Ares, Neonet, Renraku, and Seder Krupp all coming in behind that with 12 action points.
Hello. Friend Computer welcomes a new thumper.
Grade Curve, welcome and thank you for subscribing. Very, very much appreciate that. Let's see. I had to swap windows to see who that was. Thank you very, very much for that. You are the extended news interrupter of the ship. That means that when there's a news bulletin and they do this now breaking news, they interrupt the news to give new news. That's you. You are the one who brings that news. So good job on that. As technology has 10 action points, Shiwase has 9, Horizon has 8, and Mitsuhama in last place once again, unfortunately, with 7 action points there. So that is the action point total. Different corporations can do a variety of different things with those action points, whether it be research, defense, attack, speaking poorly of other corporations while speaking well of themselves. You name it. You can branch out into different subsidiaries, different market segments, and so on with the different actions, with those action points each week. So next we have a spot of news. At the end of this news, we will have a short video to show you all, provided by EvoCorp, but we'll get to that later on. To start with, several weeks back, Krupp successfully defended against an infrastructure attack targeting several subsidiaries in their robotics division. After hiring Team Mitch, Motherboard, Isaiah, Tank, Chelsea, and Harold, they have verified and validated confirmation of the source of these attempts. However, the attackers poorly covered their tracks in an effort to paint Mitsuhama as the culprits, as their team of runners revealed. Great Dragon Lufir has issued the following statement following a board meeting reviewing these findings. The failed attempts to disrupt the market and engage in poorly executed tradecraft speak volumes of the source of the attack. That they were readily defeated by our brave loading dock workers and dared not engage with actual military forces shows how desperate and poorly prepared they are as a corporation. We here at Krupp will review what actions, if necessary, will be taken. But since that corporation appears unable to even rouse the talent to be a worthy competitor, perhaps they aren't worth a second thought. Perhaps. Now, I should point out that I actually dropped the ball a bit on this one. This was intended to be read last week, and I did not realize that because of the nature in which it was submitted, but that's on me, not Krupp. So this should have been before preceding Krupp's massive attacks last week, if I'm not mistaken. Following that, Neonet is disappointed to confirm that Krupp unleashed an unprecedented, multi-pronged attack on key parts of Matrix infrastructure earlier this week. The extent of its effects are still being assessed. Neonet strives to ensure that the Matrix remains a free and open platform for communication, business, and entertainment. And to this end, they want to thank their customers for continued confidence in Neonet's technologies. The Krupp attack threatens not only Neonet, it affects every Matrix user. Citizens of the Matrix, rest assured that Neonet is preparing preemptive measures to ensure that similar attacks by Krupp cannot harm you, your businesses, or your families. A gala was held in Tenochtitlan last week to introduce the world to a new non-profit Queridos Sanos, founded and chaired primarily by executives of MageWorks, a division of Az Technology. Queridos Sanos is a charity created to further child health and wellness throughout all of Aztlan. A spokesman of the charity stated that the way to a better tomorrow is through the well-being of our youth. MageWorks is also pleased to announce the release of their Tooth Fairy brand, a line of non-GMO, organic, fair trade baby teeth reagents, benefiting from the same high-density mana infusion process as their Quatchly line. As the way to a better tomorrow, MageWorks is donating a portion of all sales from the Tooth Fairy brand of high-quality baby teeth to Cuerdos Sanos. Unfortunately, not all of the news out of Tenochtitlan is positive. Even before the release of the Tooth Fairy line, the Matrix was flooded with rumors that MageWorks' new reagents were not as natural as labeled, but were simply cloned in vats for mass production. As technology spokespeople vehemently denied such allegations, but not before their stocks took a hit from the rumors. Additionally, the terrible explosion at an Esprit production facility late last week claimed 2 lives, with another in critical condition. Officials from AS Technology state that Gabriela Martinez and Francisco Sanchez, both officers of AS Technology Corporate Security, valiantly lost their lives while rescuing Nina Escobar, a teenager summer intern. The public can be assured that ACS is going above and beyond its investigations of the explosion. Esprit officials would like to assure everyone that after a 5-day shutdown, production at the facility is now ready to resume. Shiawase was reported to have announced the complete rebranding of their law enforcement division. For now until the end of days, that division was said to be named Unicorn Friends Security, complete with members of UFS being recognizable by their fluffy and pink uniforms. The statement, now proven to be a hoax perpetrated by unknown detractors, included the colors, naturally, will be pink and white. The anthem for the company shall be Dancing on Rainbows. We hope for the continued and successful run of this division, and remember, friendship is magic. The news has been debunked, but not until long after substantial damage was done to Shiawase's new law enforcement branch. Finally, Evo, Roscosmos, a subsidiary of Evo, released a new filter plant onto the market. The sturdy vine, dubbed insert name here, screens the air for pollution and approaches the best chemical CO2 exchangers, while its fibrous root system is excellent water filtration. The stem is highly moldable, catering to semi-structural uses such as benches or screens. The leaves are long, compound structures which twine as vines in the short term. Developed for the space industry, the plant name is highly tolerant of low or artificial light, making it suitable for in-ground office spaces or hospitals. Evo also released a video that will play at the end of corporate news to announce the launch of their new shipping branch. However, we're not quite at the end of corporate news yet. I believe they're going to need a couple of extra moments in the main bay to set the show up, because I haven't been signaled yet. I'm going to pop the chat back open, excuse me. And thank Bricksaurus for resubscribing. Very much appreciate that. Glad to be a citizen of the 6th world. Excellent. I'm scrolling back through chat to see anything that jumps out. Thank anyone for resubscribing and see if anyone was asking any questions. It does look like we got some hype into the chat for Grade Curve, which was the last I saw. Excellent. Now, entertain us, Anna. Well, if people have questions that they would like me to attempt to answer, I will do my best. Insert name here was a very brave naming choice for Evo's new plant. I thought that was particularly ironic. Ironic is a good word for that. I promise we're not going to dissect you. Excellent, Krellin. Excellent. It's funny because that's definitely not me, as I am not a captive of Horizon at present. I am safe on the Yojimbo. Also not wearing my elf ears because I forgot them. I apologize. Joe appears to be ready for me, which means that we get to play that video that Evo took their time to put together to announce the new shipping branch of their corporation. And then after that, the good news is you get to watch Shadowrun Corporate Sins with the wonderful Mfek. So without further ado, I'll let Joe play that video and then bring you on into Shadowrun Corporate Sins. Enjoy the show, everyone.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for these important announcements. Evo, the core that cares, announces the acquisition of Jeff Shipping in the wake of its founder's passing. A spokesperson, when asked about the new company known for their livestock shipping, had this to say: "We at Evo feel that all life deserves respect, and so are happy to begin this venture of making comfortable transportation for all creatures, using the ergonomic expertise of our biotech division. While Jeff Shipping was founded on animal and agricultural shipping, we will be branching out to service the consumer goods market as well. We here at Evo mourn the passing of the founder of Jeff Shipping and hope to do his company justice in the future. Evo subsidiary Jeff Shipping, for all your shipping needs." And now we would like to take a moment to remember the founder of Jeff Shipping.